All right, everybody, let's talk weather. Hi there, Carson Meredith with you. It is 7:35 on this Sunday night, March 16th. I hope you're well. Hopefully you enjoyed some drier weather today. Still not a great day to be outside. It was damp, kind of dreary. But you know what? We made it through the weekend. And now we're heading into the work week with a lot of ups and downs to talk about. So we will really dive into some of those ups and downs in the temperature department and the rain chance department, and throw in a little wind and, dare we say, snowflakes too. Lots to talk about over the next few days. But the hot topic that I'm sure you want to hear about are the tornadoes that were confirmed from our first round of storms Saturday morning. Yes, we've had two tornadoes that were officially confirmed by our friends at the National Weather Service Saturday morning. There was one that went through Orange County, and there was one that went through Jackson County. So both of them were EF1 rated. You can see both of these were obviously well north of Louisville. We just got the new storm track or the tornado track from Orange County. This is kind of a rough estimate. And this was a long tornado. For this kind of a setup where you had kind of largely a line of storms with some just embedded supercells, it's not very often you get an EF1 tornado that's 11 miles long. That was certainly the case in Orange County. This was around, I forgot to write down the time. This was around 4:45 Saturday morning in Orange County. This touched down near West Baden Springs, which is a little community just north of French Lick. You see there at the bottom left corner of the screen. And by and large, this tornado went through a lot of forest, a lot of rural parts of Orange County. It was an EF1. Peak winds were around 95 miles per hour. I'll take it full screen. You can see some of the damage photos that our friends of the Weather Service collected while they were out on that storm survey today. It was largely roof damage, be it roofs torn off completely or shingles blown off or things like that. The second photo that I will circle here if I can, this one right here is actually a barn that was destroyed. And, keep in mind, it doesn't take a whole lot of significant wind to significantly damage a barn, but just goes to show you that this was obviously tornadic damage. This little barn or outhouse in Orleans, Indiana, in northern Orange County, also lost its roof too. There were additional photos from this tornado where trees were snapped, like halfway down the trunk of the tree, just cut off from this tornado as it went through Orange County as well. So pretty impressive storm. There was a tornado warning for Orange County around this time. Myself and Kevin Harder were on the air tracking this tornadic storm for you. And sure enough, we did indeed have an EF1 tornado in our neck of the woods in Orange County last night, or 2 nights ago, I guess, technically, on Saturday morning. So that tornado started in West Baden Springs, which is a tiny little community right there, just north of French Lick. There's French Lick. West Baden Springs is right there. And it kind of wiggled its way through Orange County, the northwestern part of the county. This was well northwest of Paoli. It did cross Highway 150 at one point. And again, by and large, it was a lot of tree damage. A lot of trees snapped or uprooted. But there were some instances, as you see, of roof damage, barns damaged or possibly destroyed. Thankfully, no injuries. And that is all that matters, right? So that was the first tornado that we had on Saturday morning. Let's go through some comments, let you guys digest that first tornado track, and then we'll go to tornado number 2. Scott's asking about tonight's forecast. Is supposed to rain. Nothing more than a little drizzle or a few sprinkles. And even then, that chance is winding down. Let's see. Weather Geek, hello. Went by Broadrun Park today. The Bardstown Road entrance was closed due to flooding. Yeah, that's something that has been a lingering issue today was leftover high water. Not too widespread, but there were some places, especially the typical low-lying areas, where we saw 2 to 4 inches of rain yesterday, and some of that water is still standing. So most of those issues should be cleared up by now, but still use caution in those typical trouble spots. Shondo's asking, did this hit anywhere near Patoka Lake? Yeah, it was close. It was close. I don't think this map will. Okay, it does let me zoom out. Patoka Lake is actually on the other side of the county, so maybe not quite as close as I was saying. But there was some pretty hefty storms rolling through Patoka Lake Saturday morning too. It's just that most of the tornadic stuff was further to the north in Orange County. So that's tornado number 1. Now we go to tornado number 2. This was in Jackson County, Indiana. You have a different weather service office in Jackson County. Seymour, Bedford, North Vernon, all of you guys up there get your weather service information from the office in Indianapolis. We don't have control over any of that, but anyway. So the weather service in Indianapolis surveyed this particular area in Jackson County. This was southern Jackson County, so south of Brownstown, maybe 10 miles or so south of Brownstown. There's another EF1, but this EF1 was a little stronger. The wind speeds peaked at 105 miles per hour with this EF1. So it was getting close to that EF2 territory, fell just short. The most significant damage you'll see with this tornado is on the left side of your screen. Mobile home was hit pretty hard right as this tornado touched down. I believe it was in this ballpark right here. And it was in a very rural part of Jackson County, a lot of county roads, not highly populated, but unfortunately, this one mobile home was in the way of this thing and suffered quite a bit of damage. Roof was gone, it looks like. A wall collapsed in that second photo you see in the middle of the map. No injuries again, no serious injuries. We can be thankful for that. But that was, I got a feeling that's probably why they went with winds upwards of 105 miles per hour with this tornado. It was on the ground, was this Jackson County tornado, for a little over 2 miles, 2.2 miles to be exact. And even after the tornado lifted, there was still a downburst. So further down the line in Jackson County, again, even after this tornado had lifted off the ground, we had an 80 mile per hour microburst, really, that caused that barn, or that pole barn, I suppose, to collapse there at the top corner of the screen, top right corner. So these tornadoes are smaller. They're not these gigantic wedge tornadoes that you're going to see in the plains or that you saw in Mississippi and Alabama last night, but they can certainly cause some damage. And that's why we always go on the air every single time there's a tornado warning, or every time we see something that looks suspicious on radar. So yeah, those are the only 2 tornadoes we had in our area last night, or Saturday morning. Sorry, it's been a long weekend. There are no other tornado survey or storm survey plans at this time. But of course, if that changes, we will let you guys know. Shonda says her sister has a cabin at Patoka. Okay. No, everything was okay at Patoka last night. That tornado was close, but not too close for comfort on a Saturday morning. Angela says, with all the tornadoes down south, which one was the worst? Too many to try to keep up with. That is for sure. I mean, all the tornadoes down to the south were certainly far worse. I saw a post by the National Weather Service in Birmingham today. They have 16 damage paths that they have to survey this week. And, we only had these 2 in our area. One weather service office looked at Orange County. One weather service office looked at Jackson County. So our friends down south took a very, very hard hit. 16 potential damage paths just in that central part of Alabama. Pretty remarkable stuff down there. As far as which one of these were worse, there was damage, so you don't want to minimize one versus the other, obviously. Of course, that mobile home took a pretty good hit there in Jackson County, and there was the stronger wind gust, too. Kevin on YouTube says there's been an EF4 so far down south. Can't remember if it was in Arkansas or Alabama. Appreciate that. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at any information down there today, but it was certainly rough. It was hard to watch last night. Very, very hard to watch and see all that damage. Billy says anything about the Martin County tornado there in Indiana. Yes, they did confirm a tornado in Martin County. Martin County doesn't, we don't cover Martin County, Indiana, so I don't have any information on this map for you. I would suggest going to the Weather Service Indianapolis website. I believe that info is there on Martin County. I think they're covered by Martin County. Sean is asking about the tornadoes in Missouri. Again, I haven't had the chance to look at other areas, but obviously there were tornadoes out there Friday night that caused significant damage and loss of life. Thankfully, we did not have any of that in our backyard. So that's how we shook out of this severe weather event. We were in a very unique spot in the sense that we were kind of squeezed in between the worst of part one and the worst of part two. And here we were in the middle, just kind of hoping we can dodge the bullets, you know? So it's just kind of a good appetizer for the peak of severe weather season that is upon us. All right, let's talk about what's happening now and look ahead to the work week, okay? But of course, if you have more tornado questions, by all means, just send them in the comments wherever you're watching. That's a live view from Jeffersonville looking across the Ohio. Clouds have filled in. We got done with our morning newscast today. I saw the sun was peeking out, and I thought, oh, goodness, forecast is going to bust. Yikes. But those clouds did fill right back in, and they've been here all day. And that colder air has been here all day, too. Winter has made a late season comeback. Just like I hope Lamont Butler will on Friday, first round of the tournament. 42 in Louisville right now. Upper 30s in many spots, however. 37 in Salem, 36 in Paoli, 38 in Corydon, 37 in Seymour. Ooh, another last late season chill. And this may not be the only chill that we're talking about this week. When you compare this to last night, we're running 17 degrees colder here in Louisville. We're 20 degrees colder in Evansville and 23 degrees colder in Bloomington and Indianapolis. Shonda asked, should we blame the groundhog? Yes, please do not blame us. We're just the messengers, right? So certainly a very dynamic system went through this weekend, as we've talked about for days and days and days. You know, we had the alert days out last weekend for this weekend, and sure enough, that system played out, and now we're dealing with the after effects of it, which is the colder air settling in. The wind is starting to relax, though, so that's a very good thing. That is a very good thing, because we've had a little bit of a wind chill all day, and I do expect that wind to continue to subside. This system is still causing trouble on the East Coast. It's unbelievable. You got this cold front, gigantic cold front, really, stretches all the way up in Canada through New York and Pennsylvania, where they had widespread severe weather up there this afternoon. Down into Virginia, the Carolinas, where they had severe weather this morning. Georgia, severe weather this morning. Florida, you got a tornado warning between Tampa and Orlando right now. There it is. We did not have a newscast at 6 o'clock tonight because the golf tournament that was on NBC today was in Florida, and they had a 4-hour lightning delay. And they just barely got that tournament done before it got dark. And it was all because of this system that caused the horrific dust storm in the Texas Panhandle either Thursday or Friday. I can't remember which day. Forgive me. And then the severe weather in Missouri and Illinois and Arkansas Friday night. The tornadoes here in our area Saturday morning. And then, of course, the tornado outbreak across Mississippi and Alabama. And now what's left of it is still causing all kinds of issues to the east. Just one system that We want to get out of here and never come back. Now, the clouds are holding tough tonight. They will clear slowly, very slowly. Some of you may still see a decent bit of cloud cover tomorrow morning. Even so, that colder air is still rushing in, obviously, behind that powerhouse system. So we're all going to drop into the low 30s tonight. I've got 34 as a low here in Louisville. Upper 20s certainly possible outside of the city as we get towards Monday morning. But the good news is the luck of the Irish will be on our side for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. We'll see those clouds that are still hanging around in the morning clear out pretty quick. And it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. Lots of sun. For most of you, you'll see those high temperatures in the upper 50s, which is very normal for this time of year. In fact, our average high here in Louisville is 58. But here in the city with that heat island, I think will be a couple degrees warmer. So we'll go with 60 on the dot for that high temperature here in Louisville tomorrow. But upper 50s will be a good bet elsewhere. The warmest day of the week will be Tuesday. Look at this. That's what I like to see. Low to mid 70s, 74. Some spots could get to 75. Very nice warm breeze out of the south. Good bit of sunshine, perhaps a few more clouds, but Tuesday certainly looks to be the pick of the weekend and the warmest day that we have in store for this week. All right, let's dive into our next big weather maker because I know some of you are asking about it. This is for Wednesday. Couple of components with this system. Again, we sound like a broken record, but wind and storms is going to be very windy throughout the day on Wednesday. I'm going to pass the decision making on to the rest of the crew when they come in tomorrow, but I would not be surprised if we have to flag Wednesday as an alert day mainly for wind, mainly for just plain old wind, another windy day, another wind advisory potentially. But let's focus first on the storm potential for Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. This storm does not have nearly as much moisture with it as opposed to what we just dealt with yesterday. But depending on the timing of this cold front as it moves in Wednesday, there could be just enough storm fuel or enough instability for maybe a couple of stronger storms. By a couple, I literally mean 1 or 2 severe thunderstorms. That's the extent of it at this point. This does not even look anywhere close to an outbreak at all. And really, most of you will just see a few showers with perhaps a few rumbles of thunder Wednesday afternoon and into Wednesday night. So there's a small chance for a couple of gusty storms with this Wednesday night, Wednesday evening, I'll say, just to kind of cover ourselves. But there's not a huge severe weather threat with this. Could certainly be some heavier downpours. And again, I can't rule out a severe storm or two, but nothing in the same universe as what we had this weekend. Now, the front moves through Wednesday night. The colder air, just like we saw today, is going to rush in rather quickly on the backside of the system on Thursday. In fact, that colder air might be sharper, if you will, compared to what we had today. Because on Wednesday, we're going to hit the low 70s before this front moves in. Then we tank into the low 40s Wednesday night and Thursday morning. And for some of you, if there's still enough moisture around, I can't rule out a couple of snowflakes still. I really think it's going to be more rain showers than anything else. But a few snowflakes can't be entirely ruled out for that first day of spring on Thursday. Oh, the irony, right? Go figure. So yeah, shouldn't be a major impact system. If we have an alert day Wednesday, it's going to be for the high wind, the wind advisory potential, not necessarily for severe weather. All right, maybe a couple strong storms. That's about it. Let's see. Kevin, following back up on that tornado in Arkansas, Friday night, Izard County, which is in northern Arkansas near Jonesboro. EF4, 170 mile an hour winds. Goodness gracious. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. That is not good. Let's see. Ann asks, rain tomorrow? Nope, we're good to go. Nice day tomorrow. Lots of sun. Let's see. Angela, I blame the groundhog for everything. Yeah, go blame him. Don't go blame us. Right? So that's the storm component and the small snow component too for that midweek system. The main component I really think is going to be the wind. Again, how many times we talked about gusty winds this late winter heading into early spring? It's not unheard of, but it just feels to me more prominent this year. But nonetheless, we're talking those wind gusts upwards of 40 miles per hour once again on Wednesday. This is the European model. You see those gusts west of us, maybe closer to 40 or 50 miles per hour. I don't see that necessarily here, but I do think wind advisory gusts of 40 miles per hour are possible, if not likely, on Wednesday. And as we go through Thursday, that wind, instead of coming out of the south and southwest like it did on Wednesday, will be coming out of the north and northwest on Thursday. So it's going to be a cold breeze, just like we had today. So Thursday, for the first day of spring, is going to feel more like November or early December when you factor in the clouds, when you factor in the wind. So anyway, not the best feeling first day of spring on Thursday. And you notice Thursday night that wind does start to relax. But we are officially on the right track. 4 days away until the spring equinox. Thursday, March 20th, just a minute after 5 a.m. On Thursday. All right, let's go to the 10-day. Get your questions in now. Get your questions in now before we wrap things up tonight. Nice day tomorrow, 60. Nice day Tuesday. Pick of the week, 74. Tuesday. Go outside at some point. We go from 72 on Wednesday afternoon with the high wind, transitioning to showers and storms Wednesday evening, a couple of strong, widespread severe, not expected. Sinking into the 40s on Thursday with lingering showers, a blustery wind out of the north and west, and maybe a few snowflakes for the first day of spring. Of course, right? You look ahead to next weekend. Cameron, good segue here. Do you think we're calming down for a little bit? Don't see any major troughs or ejections on the runs, things like that. You don't see anything significant, right, when you look at the long-term data. However, what you do see are a series of smaller scale disturbances that just kind of go one after another, after another, after another, like trains on a track nearby. And for us, that looks to be more of just a showery, damp kind of pattern where we have one round of showers, then a little break, then another round of showers, then a little break. And that pattern looks to get going next weekend. I don't necessarily see a severe weather threat next weekend onward. What I do see are potentially several disturbances that just kind of clip through the region, clipper-like. I don't want to say they're going to be clippers, but just these quick hitting, fast systems that really can't deepen, that really can't intensify, but still bring us impactful weather in the name of just hit and miss showers for the most part. There's one wave that in particular that looks to move in Saturday morning right now. Most of Sunday during the day looks okay. It's Sunday late in the day into Monday when another quick system rolls through. And then that pattern might just keep repeating itself into the middle of the following week, that last week of March. So it gets a little bit unsettled as we head towards next weekend and beyond, but not necessarily severe unsettled. Just kind of a damper weather pattern. But even so, you see the temperatures kind of level off in the 60s next weekend onward. So that's a little above normal, but at least it's something consistent instead of going from 60s to 40s, then to 70s, then to 30s. We'll kind of calm things down a little bit heading into next weekend, even if some showers put a damper on our plans. So for you Cards fans that are thinking about heading to Lexington next weekend, Thursday, their first round game in the tournament, chilly with a few showers, possibly a few flakes, won't cause any issues on the roads. And then if they're lucky enough to get to the second round games on Saturday, more showers that point as well. So just keep that in mind if you're going to take the trip down I-64 to Lexington. Let's see. Tanya says, come on, summer. Oh, come on, Tanya. Spring hasn't started yet. But I get where you're coming from. I get you. Tuesday will be a good day on the golf course, Michael says. Yes. Yes. Great day to be on the golf course. Tomorrow is too. It's just Tuesday will be 15 degrees warmer. So that would probably be the pick. Brittany says, did you really mention snow or did I mishear you? No. You're not hearing things. I did say a small chance for snowflakes on Thursday. Very small. Flurries more than anything. Won't be a big deal. Rose says, I hope you get some good rest after all of this. Well, we got our newscast tonight at 11, and then I'm going home and I'm going to sleep. And I might sleep all day tomorrow. Tanya, you guys are so appreciated for all you do, keeping us safe. I know it wears you all out. Wish you could give us a reward. Well, your reward is just trusting us. Your trust in us is our reward, for sure. So we appreciate the kind words, Tanya. It was a long weekend. It was a long Saturday, but you know what? We made it. You guys made it. We're here, and we keep on to the next event, right? Let's see. Cameron is not happy about the seating that U of L has in the tournament. I'll put my sports hat on here because if I'm not talking weather, I'm talking sports in life. Ask people that know me. They got a lower seed because the committee wanted Louisville to play in Lexington. Nothing more to it than that. That's all it is. They wanted to put Louisville in Lexington. Why? I don't know. But they did get a little underseeded with that bracket reveal tonight. All right. That's going to do it for now, guys. That's going to do it for the weather and sports talk. You will see us tonight on Wave News at 11. We do have a newscast. The golf coverage is done. Although it would be interesting if they played golf in the dark. We'll be on tonight at 11 on the TV side of things. So if you're still up, we invite you to join us for the latest news and weather and sports. We'll give you another recap of those tornadoes that we saw in southern Indiana Saturday morning. And we'll take another look at that forecast for the upcoming work week as well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great week. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the warmer temperatures that will return by Tuesday. And if you like snowflakes, I guess enjoy any snowflakes that might fly on Thursday. Brian will be back in the morning with Storm Talk. And the rest of the crew will be here to get you through the week ahead as we officially close out winter and head into spring, even if it won't feel like it on Thursday. Take care, guys. I will see you next weekend.